Good evening, everyone. My name is Bob Elliott. I'm running for City Council Place number 4. I want to thank leadership and the Chamber and Vestavia Voice for hosting this event and all of y'all for being here. I'm running because I love this city and I believe I can be of service, plain and simple. I believe in the people that live here and the sense of community that motivates us. And some of the best moments I've ever had in my life have come through working with community partners such as leadership, the Chamber, the Parks and Rec Foundation, Civitan, and others. I'm thankful to have been able to serve on some of the boards of some of these organizations. It's provided experience, which combines well with what I learned by establishing a law practice, earning an MBA and a law degree, and has given me skills that are ideally suited to face city issues. Now, while neither I nor my family have experience in political office or working in government, I have started a business from the ground up, and I understand what motivates young professionals and small business owners. It's this city's commitment to community and the values of our citizens. And it's these values that I seek to serve. And it's a calling that I take very seriously because I know Vestavia Hills is the kind of place where families are raised and they stay for generations. If I'm honored to get your vote, I'll be beholden to the citizens of Vestavia Hills. And I commit to work to serve the values that have made this city a wonderful place and help keep this city building on those foundational values. So my name is Bob Elliott. I'm asking for your vote for City Council on Place 4, but the city of Vestavia Hills needs your vote.
Good evening. My name is George Pierce. I'm a candidate for re-election to City Council Place number 4. I'm looking at going my 3rd term. Somebody asked me, why do you want to do 3 terms? And several months ago, I sat back and asked a good friend of mine, why should I do it? And he said, let me ask you a question. Are you excited about the next 4 years? I said, absolutely. After the first 4 years, I'm really excited about the next 4 years. They said, do you think you can make a difference? And I said, absolutely. Why can I make a difference? My wife and I, Casey, moved here back in 1986. We raised 3 children, Allie, Amy, and Adam. They went through the entire Vestavia Hills system, went off to college and earned degrees, earned master's degrees. They've since returned. We now have 8 beautiful grandchildren. This year, I've got 3 grandboys attending East Elementary. I'll have those same boys playing sports. Then I've got 5 little girls coming behind them. For selfish reasons, I want to protect this city and make it better. This city's given a lot to Casey and I. Casey went to Pizitz Middle School, was a teacher there. She was assistant principal. She's now principal at Liberty Park Middle School, has been there 9 years. So for selfish reasons, I want to make Vestavia Hills better. We're just getting started. We're a very unique community. 25% of our population have school children. 75% don't. We've got to take care of the 75% also to make sure we're providing the services that they need that Vestavia Hills owes to them, and we can do that with good economic development, good sound financial practices, and I'm looking for your vote August the 23rd. Thank you very much.
What I bring special and different to the table is I have a unique experience. I was born in Vestavia Hills, and my family lived over on Twin Branch Drive. I started out in West Elementary and then moved to Cahaba Heights, and I was lucky enough to have the city come back to me. I've lived there ever since, except for when I went to get a law degree and an MBA, both of which are very helpful when analyzing city problems. I like to look at city budgets. I can tell you that we have 13,388 households in this community with an average size of 2.49. We have a median age of somewhere in the range of about 50, when we're 19 miles wide and an average of 1 mile long. I love it. It's just this fascinating stuff. I love learning about the community. I love the opportunity to serve. It got started early with Scouts. I was lucky enough to be an Eagle Scout, and that's something that I've carried on with me, and I really just appreciate the opportunity to serve the city. Thank you.
What prompted me, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. My wife did. I've been serving the city in different capacities, different committees, planning and board of zoning adjustment, annexation review committee so much she said, you can't be coming home. She's not used to me being in the house, so you've got to run for another term. That's being honest. She's not used to me being there. What prompted me? It prompted me was a little lady over on the street that had a dilapidated house that was next door to her. It was in awful shape. She'd been fighting for years and years. She told me, she said, you're going to run again. Another thing prompted me is the ability to help people. I am actually the president of the FCC in Vestavia Hills, the Feral Cat Committee. We had an issue in Cahaba Heights with feral cats. Mr. Emmons and I, we got on that committee. We got into it. It's a lot worse than we thought it was. We're better off now than we were. Our drug programs, I was involved in putting in a program at the high school for voluntary drug testing of our students. I'm proud of that. Those are the skills that I listen to the people. I love the media, social media. I stay up to 10 o'clock at night answering calls.
When it comes to transparency, I mean, I think there's some very specific things the city could do. Primarily, if you have to mail out a notice for, say, a zoning application for a variance or a waiver, you might as well post that online as well. Design review board applications, I think those should be posted online. We need a video recording policy that comports with the 2015 amendments to the Alabama Open Meetings Act. But those are relatively minor changes. I mean, according to a 2014 survey, most of our citizens found that transparency was increasing within the city. I do think we need a public relations liaison to make sure that department heads are accessible, but they need to do their jobs too. So we need somebody to kind of act as a middleman to make sure that citizens' inquiries are answered, but at the same time, make sure that the city can conduct their business in an orderly fashion.
The word transparency is a word we hear a lot these days. What does transparency mean to you? I dare say a lot of you, this is the first time you ever sat in a city council chamber. I wish you would come more often. Transparency, asking for information, it's there. I'm like Mr. Ammons, I'd look even worse in stripes. I've got 8 grandchildren to take care of. I want you to have the information you want. If I'm reelected, there are 2 things I'm going to suggest in this council we don't do. First, we're going to start meeting at 6 instead of 5 o'clock. I want to make it convenient for you to be here. Attend council meetings. You had a chance to get the agenda as posted on the city website. The other thing is do away with city retreats. We can have them right here in Vestavia Hills, so convenient to attend those meetings. We want you to know we're spending your money. We want you to know what's going on. Transparency also means people have to make a little effort to ask for the data. I answer a lot of questions that if people had the correct data, they'd already had the answer. So transparency takes effort on both our part and your part, and I hope that you'll help us get that way.
We need to have, and we've started to have, a strategic, budgeted economic incentive program to bring the kind of development and redevelopment that we need to promote new business. We need to partner with existing businesses, and that means reaching out to our people that are producing tax revenue now and seeing what they need. What can the city do for them? If we are going to do economic incentives, we need to make sure that we value them properly. I like to employ what I call the RPC analysis. R, does it increase revenue? P, does it increase property values? And then C, does it fit the character of the community? Revenue is something that has to be measured, like these gentlemen are saying, with in mind of recurring cost. And so I propose that we don't just use a payback analysis, but we also use the net present value analysis. And then we also look at our annualized return on the investments that we're making and make sure that the city's money is being put to the best use it can be possibly put, because we want these projects in this community to be built for the next 50 years, for the next 100 years, not for the next 20-year depreciation table. Now, when we're doing that, we're going to have to strategically target what sectors we want to improve, what kind of companies we want to go after. And I think our city government within the last few years has really done a great job of finding those businesses and bringing them here and giving them the opportunities that they need to do well here. But we're going to have to keep that up, and that's going to have to be a sustained effort. Business retention is extremely important, and we need to partner with our local communities, our community partners like the Chamber and Leadership Vestavia Hills, to make sure that we're letting y'all know what small businesses are there. And nobody knows about the fig tree in Cobble Heights, but they got the best filet you'll ever eat, and I'll guarantee you. So.
No doubt increasing tax revenue is important to the lifeblood of the city. I think back in 2010, our second year in office, our employees are on the Jefferson County Personnel Board. They pretty much guaranteed a 5% step increase every year of employment. We couldn't do it that year. As a council, we sat there and said, this can't happen again. We're too dependent on ad valorem taxes. We've got to increase our commercial base. Been working ever since. We had the economic drop down. We hired a city manager. That's our strategic plan. He knows how to go out and attract business. His number one priority is economic development. I think we talk about there's a lot of resistance, and I see it. I sense it. My daughters came to me and said, Dad, our schools aren't what they used to be. I said, no, when you went to school, there was no Cahaba Heights. There was no Liberty Park. Today there is. We've got to provide an awful lot of services for our city. To do that, we've got to be smart. We've got to look to see what's coming in. We've got to make sure the business match with us, make sure to take care of our population, what we need. With your help, we'll do that. Let us know. First of all, we also got to support our own businesses. When companies are looking at coming here, they're going to see, do these people support the restaurants, the shops? We've got too much, as they call it, bleed. People are leaving our city to go other places to shop. That's the revenue we're missing that allows us to properly staff our police, our fire, our public works, build new rec centers, build new ball fields, sidewalks and streets. It all falls together. We're all in this together. We don't want to increase our sales tax. We sure don't want to increase our property taxes. We've just got to increase our revenues, but be smart about it. And I think the schools are concerned. We've got to make sure our schools are involved in any growth in this city, that they grow along with it, whether it's residential, commercial. They're the biggest beneficiary of those revenues coming in, but they are our gem in this city. They're involved in every step the city makes, whether they approve it, disapprove it. They are hand in hand with us to make sure our schools are taken care of and our students are given the education that we all want them to have.
It would be building partnerships, because the low revenue per capita number is something that we have to overcome. And that's how we're going to be able to afford the infrastructure. That's how we're going to be able to build the premier facilities. And that's how we're going to be able to continue to increase our economic incentive packages so we can bring in the kind of businesses that the citizens want. But that's going to be done through public-private partnerships. That's going to be done by partnering with foundations like the Parks and Rec Foundation, the City Schools Foundation, to help have additional capital inflows coming in to help or to actually increase the returns that we get on our recurring costs. Then to work with community members, to work with local developers, to work with people that are stakeholders here to find out, to get everybody together to make sure we all have a hand in what kind of community we have in the future moving forward.
In the next 4 years, we've got to continue having smart economic development growth in our city. That's the key to everything, providing more money for our schools, better park and recreation facilities, more libraries, services for our senior citizens, those type things. We've got to have smart economic development growth. We've got to look at it, analyze it, see what the payback is. As I mentioned, infrastructure, we've got to have the infrastructure to attract and keep them here. But we've got to have smart, calculated growth in our city that lets to provide the services we need for our citizens, our students, and all of our citizens.